Hi guys, how is it going today? It's now 6:10 p.m., January 22nd, and I have an overdue Steemit technical analysis that's dedicated to my friend Hyjin, and it's been a very overdue one. I apologize for not getting to it earlier, but he has requested it almost 2-3 weeks back now, so it's time for me to get on it. Now, I'm very bullish on Steem for two reasons. One, I'm very biased because I blog on Steem and I believe it's a great platform. And two, because the charts actually speak for themselves very loudly as well. Now, if you guys don't know about the Steemit community, imagine a Reddit with an awesome community that's powered by a blockchain that pays you to post rather, okay? So I work really long days. It's about 16 hours into my workday now. Actually, no, not 16 hours. Hold on, when did I get up today? I think it was 7 in the morning. So 13 hours in already. I work literally every waking minute that I'm up. There's not a lot of time for pleasure because this is pleasure. TA is pleasure, guys. Like, you guys might see this as work, and a lot of people might say things like, you know, go out, take a break. But how do you take a break from something that you really enjoy loving for a long time, right? You just can't do it, guys. Once you get hooked on TA, this gambling addiction, it just does not go away because you see the bonuses of a puzzle that you're solving. And I see this as a really big puzzle, right? Once you solve the puzzle and you figure out your entries and your exits, whew, the rewards could be immense, guys. So, Steemit, very interesting play. Let's get down to it, okay? This made 5 beautiful waves in here that we can see on pretty much any time frame here. From the breakout point right around here, we'll just call the general area 2, 3, 4, nice retracement, and a 5th one right there. Now let's do some Elliott wave basics first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now waves 1 retracement is always taken, waves 2 retracement is always taken for wave 1 only. Wave 4's retracement is taken for wave 3 only. And now wave 5, if you do this, you're screwed. Don't ever do that. Always take retracement from waves 1 to 5 for the whole thing, okay? That's what we always want to do. Now what we notice is this. We draw our trend line supports, first of all, from the most visible areas. And the most visible area that we see when we factor in bull breaks, or I keep saying bull breaks, bear traps and bull traps, is by drawing it wick to wick like this. It's probably one of the best ways to draw it, wick to wick, or even something like that. I might even prefer it something like this, right? Just to get a general idea. And now we draw a general support right here as well. A general support right around this region here. And this will just show as a wick on a different time frame, right? So this is an acceptable way to draw it. Now, what I am counting on is a break right here on the wedge, which is just in a few days. Now, I don't know if it's going to break up or break down, but the first thing we do is take our Fibonacci retracement. And we notice that it retraced a very healthy amount to right here already. If I look on the USD chart, it's actually showing a very similar type of pattern as well, where it wants to break out, up or down, right? So, of course, if it breaks down, we're going to go both ways. I hope that it does not break down because of course I'm holding Steemit on my Steemit blog there. So if it does break down, the next support region that we'll most likely see is right around these lower regions here. Let's hope that we don't see this. This is right between the 28,000 to 32,000 scenario. Now the next one is much lower Fibonacci level. Now this could be easily a failed impulse up that goes, right? And then we'll get a much more extended correction. And if this correction does actually happen, you guys might not want to hear this, we could break down to very low numbers again. So assuming that it does not break down, what we want to simply do is take our Fibonacci. I don't like how it's adjusting like that all the time. It's really annoying. Okay, here we go. So we take our Fibonacci, and we'll just assume a 1-to-1 extension first. Right here to right there. If it does break out of this, finally, that's a very big consolidation, right? This is still part of a consolidation right here. Major consolidation. This is an X impulse up attempt. So if it fails, we will make more extended corrections here. But it's been fairly bullish thus far, so I will have to assume both ways, that it could fall back down to here in these regions, 28 to 32K ranges. If that does not hold, then we fall back to 20 to 24K regions. Now, if it does hold true, and this is the support where it does end up breaking upwards, awesome. So my play will basically be just to watch over here. I will watch for volume and conviction to see if it breaks around some key numbers in this wedge right here. Like let's say it reached a very critical point there. If it breaks, say, about 46,000 Satoshi there with conviction and volume, and it successfully closes above it with a lot of volume without long spikes, I will absolutely be sending a lot of BTC, and I mean a lot. I'm talking like, I'm going to be racking up on Steemit. I just want to have a lot. I want to have more influence in the community. So, and there's a way for you to fund your Steemit really easily. You don't even need to go and exchange, guys. You just do it right through the Steemit platform, right? They got their own built-in exchange there. You just send BTC to it, and it automatically converts it for you and deposits it right into your wallet. So if that happens, I will absolutely be funding my Steemit wallet. I'm waiting for a breakout. Now, I will assume a one-to-one basic extension right here. If it does break upwards, first of all, this is just going to be the third wave. I will assume about 79 to 80,000 Satoshi. So right now, there's really no big play. A lot of people might be entering these support zones right now, but I'm not that risky of a player, right? People might be entering a position right there. They might be risking a lot. I'm not willing to risk anything yet because my swing low positions are too low right there, right? I'm more comfortable with it penetrating a major resistance, and then that resistance now becomes a support. So that's one way to look at it, right? And I don't know if I'm drawing it right exactly, because there are many ways to draw it, right? I was talking about just wick to wick. We can go just wick to wick like that, or sorry, body to body. So this is a key zone right there. So a lot of people might be taking this possible play right now for literally a 100% gain long term. Steemit has been Googled a lot more. If you guys check out Google Trends, right? It's been around for a long time. It's one of those coins that has a technology behind it that's very powerful. All I know is about the platform, right? And what it can deliver to develop a pretty sustainable crypto community that likes to blog. I check out their cat section, their dog section, often, and there's a lot of content on there that's constantly growing throughout the days and the months. So I don't keep track of it fundamentally a lot, but I do see it as a growing community, and I do see that the chart, it reflects it very nicely as well. So right now, I'm just waiting, guys, to see if this is going to hold or not. Okay, this wedge pattern in here. I don't think a lot of people will be entering positions there. It's not really wise yet. Probably want to break out. I'd probably say about 50K. 50K Satoshi is a really key number, just to be safe. Like this one here was 51K. So I'm probably going to say like around 52K. That'll be a good breakout area. And an even more stronger breakout area is, of course, 61K. So it really depends on how we look at this triangle right now. I will be much more interested in it once it hits 52K. And then once it does hit there, I'll set my stop very, very, very tight. We're talking like a 5% loss maybe, or 10% loss at most. Just like that in there. So those are pretty much it right now for the scenarios. There's a 55% gain possibility using a 1-to-1 extension, just like that for the third impulse wave. We won't even try to predict the fifth wave yet. But if that does fail, and we did not break upwards to the 80K ranges, then that means that an extended correction will ensue. And of course, if the extended correction continues, then we could drop down to these ranges right here. If that fails, we drop down to here, and if that fails, we complete this freaking pattern that's been going on for a long time, where we reg into here in August. So lots of room to move up and lots of room to move down. So right now, I'm fairly, I don't know if I'm bullish or biased. I can't really tell. I think that I'm more so biased on it. So I'm trying as objective to be, I'm trying to be as objective as possible right now. If I look on the daily chart right now, we're slowly finding support on the 4-hour chart. Like, you know, we can't break into crazy bullish zones right now, but we are finding support at 40. That's the important thing, that we're finding support in the 40s, because that's where the bullish RSI rule stands, with neutral RSI rule as well, for neutral between 35 and 65-ish, and the bullish, it does not go between under 40. So am I seeing any volume picking up? No, not really seeing any volume pick up yet. It's still doing its thing where it's wedging into this pattern in here. Okay, so we've got a ways to go in there. We've got a how far a ways to go, like February or so. So I just wanted to do a quick update to give you guys an idea of where we stand with Steemit. It's being held up by this massive trend line right here. It's doing a pretty good job with 1 bounce, 2 bounce. This is a bear trap there, and right here is another bounce off of it thus far. So you guys also need to pay attention to this critical zone right here where it's wedging. Is this trend line going to hold, right? Is it going to form a huge breakout right there? So these are critical points to keep your eye on right now, especially around the right here 52k ranges. If it breaks out, another one to keep your eye on is the 60k range. So if it does possibly break up to there, we're talking about a pretty big gain, guys. Like if I entered a position right at 52k, if I get a lot of volume and it meets my criteria there, at say 52k, I deposit more to my wallet there, targeting a minimum there around, that's about a 50% gain right there just for an 80 Satoshi. And if it does break this with a lot of conviction, your risk is very low now. You can allocate a very low risk around 14-50% loss. It's up to you guys how much you want to lose. It really is up to you guys. This is a pretty good risk to reward ratio, but at the same time, it's big percentages, right? Like, you know, if it was a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio where you could win 20% and lose 5%, like that might be more acceptable to some people. So these are some really risky plays. But please, please keep your eye on this apex point right now that is reaching around February 3rd, February 4th. I will be keeping a very, very close eye on Steemit because I am super supportive of the community, like I mentioned. So those are my thoughts on Steemit right now, or Steem, whatever you call it. I think the coin's called Steem. I'm calling it Steemit, same thing. So if you guys enjoy these videos, I'd really appreciate an upvote on Steemit, since it's about Steemit. And I'd also appreciate, like, subscribe to all the social media content on YouTube and Twitter. And if you guys absolutely love it, you're welcome to donate to the Luna cryptocurrency piggy bank. But don't ever feel obligated. It's all good, guys. So take it easy. I'll see you guys later.